Konnichiwa, minasan. Zsadist here of MagickDream Creations with Orgy.
Hey guys.
And welcome back to the Nocturnal Nerds. Nocturnal Nerds. Podcast.
Nerds.
As Orgy slaughters the name already. This is
know,
just
right?
the second episode, man. Come on. We're going to talk another anime bit with you guys. So we've got 2 anime here that we got picked out.
Mm-hmm.
Albeit when we do the picking, we basically put the names into a hat, draw from said hat, and then go that way. Not much to it, really.
Nah.
Except for, sometimes the picks that I put in there are kind of girly and cutesy, because that's more of my cup of tea. I like the romance, comedy, slice of life, magical girl situations.
And I usually go the darker route.
Yep, dark, sinister, the slaughter 'em all, epic battles. Yeah. So, very, very different sides of the spectrum when it comes to anime for both of us. But there are some that we like together, so.
Yep.
So, without further ado, for the second episode, the first anime that we've got is Sailor Moon. This was my pick. This was my first ever anime. Not my first manga. My first manga was Chobits Volume 3. So I got in the middle of the story with that one.
Wow.
Which really screwed me up, because I was like, wait, there's more? Wait, there was a beginning to this? I thought this was the story. Okay, cool. So.
Yeah, very much new.
Confusion for a little bit there, but that was my first manga. My first anime was Sailor Moon. And, it's a magical girl. You have to save the princess, protect the princess, and they're turned into these sailor scouts, the crime fighters. They fight all these bad guys. They're named after each of the planets, except for, Sailor Moon is a satellite, but,
And now Pleptune is not a planet.
No, Pluto is not a planet.
Pluto, sorry.
Yeah, Pluto is not a planet anymore. It's a dwarf star, I think is what they said. But, but during the time that Sailor Moon was created, it was a planet, so she's still Sailor Pluto. There is a funny haha fan art of Sailor Pluto as a dwarf. And I totally have to show that to you.
Yeah.
But this anime was my number 1 in my top 10, if you guys remember, because it was my very first one. I saw it as a child when it came on Toonami, and then one of the Toonami lineups. I rushed home and got to see it again, because I was like, oh my god, there's the anime I saw as a kid. Time to watch it again. Watch it from the beginning.
Right.
And it's definitely full of comedic things and cutesy and tear-jerkers, and we're not going to do Sailor Moon Crystal. One, Orgy has not seen it yet. I haven't forced him. I forced him to watch a bit of Sailor Moon.
Yes.
He has not seen all of the seasons of Sailor Moon, but he did get pretty far in it. Mm-hmm. We're not going to do Crystal, because Crystal's going to be saved for a whole another episode, because I need to get him caught up on it. And, I've explained the difference between the two for him, and for you guys that don't know, Sailor Moon Crystal is really, cut out from the manga. They are going almost page by page by page with the manga, whereas Sailor Moon, the original run of it, did not. There were fillers, there was stuff added in, taken out.
You keep hitting the desk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm pretty sure y'all could hear that too.
Yeah.
My bad. I talk with my hands, so if I hit the desk and stuff, I'm sorry. My microphone is very sensitive. He's sitting there trying to pantomime this to me, and I'm going, what? That's why I paused quite a bit there. Anyway, back to what I was saying. There was differences too between when it aired in Japan versus where it aired here.
Right.
Zoisite here was a girl,
Mm-hmm.
which really messed with me. Even as a young kid, I was like, no. No, because Zoisite is actually a man. And then you had the whole Zoisite and Kunzite thing, which I was like, okay, so now they're gay lovers. Awesome. Because I grew up being open-minded.
Right.
Whereas during that time in the late 90s, it was not acceptable.
Yeah.
Way not acceptable as it is now.
No.
And, Uranus and Neptune, they are lesbians.
Right.
Whereas here in America, they were
Cousins.
So there was episodes they had to cut out and things that they had to do, go to great lengths to make it to where we could have it here in America.
It wasn't socially acceptable to be, you have a gay couple or a lesbian couple.
Yeah. And even in Stars never, ever made it over here. And I will be very surprised and very excited if they bring Stars over here, you know, for the purpose of Stars didn't make it here because you had transgender.
Right.
You know, you had the Star Scouts that were Star Healer, Fighter, and Maker.
Mm-hmm.
They were in their normal form, in their like everyday life. From the waist up, they were male. From the waist down, they were they weren't transgender. They were hermaphrodite.
Mm-hmm.
They were female.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, that was very no, and it never came over to America. I'd be really surprised if they did make it come over to America for that. Now that, you know, everything is more open-minded and everything. That would be really awesome.
That would be awesome.
Because that is a whole huge, really big story arc season that never made it. And people were like, what? And it was actually a set thing that Naoko Takeuchi, who is the creator of Sailor Moon, she is also, happens to be here, a little trivia for you, married to the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Which is another one that we will cover later.
Yeah.
But
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, not many people knew that they were married, but they are totally married. They have, you know, she even said that all Sailor Scouts are female because of the star seeds that they hold for the planets, or, you know, whatever, you know, planetary thing they represented, they had a star seed for that.
Right.
That's what they were called. That's what gave them their power. And except for Tuxedo Mask was the only exception. He had Earth's starseed because he was the prince, later on becomes the king of Earth. And but another little tidbit most people don't know is that Molly, I think her name was Naru, was supposed to be Sailor Earth. But you had Sailor Earth and Tuxedo Mask and couldn't really do that.
Right.
So she decided, no, she'll just be Sailor Moon's best friend and we'll have Tuxedo Mask and he has the starseed and blah, 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 blah. And
maybe they should have kept it.
Yeah. And, and another one was Fisheye. Fisheye was actually a dude, but looked like a female. So they turned him into a female, much like Zoisite.
Right.
But that was totally a dude. Totally a dude. A drag queen.
Right.
That would explain Fisheye. So there's so many differences in the names and everything else. Because you had Sailor Moon, it was Usagi. You had Wicked Lady and Black Lady, but they were the same person.
Right.
Definitely. I mean, I can go on and on about Sailor Moon.
Yep.
And especially poor you with the theme song.
Oh, yeah. You start to play it, and I can be in the bathroom, and it'll finish in my head. I don't have to even hear it completely.
Yeah. I've tried so many times to skip through and get past the opener, but as soon as he hears it, he's like, I couldn't hear it. It's stuck in my head.
It's burned into my soul, I swear to God.
What did you think of Sailor Moon? What I've forced you into watching? Because we all know that I like it. As y'all can tell, I can ramble for hours.
I'm still on the fence.
I
don't know if I don't know if I like it or I don't like it. I'm still on the fence. The opener can go suck a dick.
The openers get better further seasons you get. They really, I promise you, they do.
It's burned.
I know it's burned. It'll always be there, but it gets a lot better. Especially, like the first season's more of the cutesy and all that, the high school girls mentality thing. The further along, the more they mature, because they do mature through the series. It gets better. So you got to give it past the whole Alan and Anne thing, which that wasn't their name in Japanese. I can't remember them right now. You know, once you get past all that stuff and you start getting into where they get power-ups and they start changing and you see the changes and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, it gets better. It gets so much better. I promise you.
That's a long drudge.
That is a very long drudge because it is well over 200-something episodes. It's not as long as Bleach. Bleach is way up there.
Yeah.
This has
600, 800.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere
like
there.
Bleach and One Piece and Naruto, those really long and Fairy Tail, long animes. Sailor Moon is not a long, it is a long anime, but not as long.
Right.
And that's, and there's story arcs to them. There's certain, this set of villains is this season, this set of villains is the next season, They've got villain transitions, and they power up as new villains come, and it's really good. If you can get past the cutesy in the opener.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Nuh-uh. But
I don't know.
But you did. You were able to at least pick out who your favorite was, right?
Yeah.
Who? Okay. All right. We're good. We're golden. You have a favorite. Who is your favorite?
It took a while, but she did show up. And it, like I said, it took a while of watching, not watching, hearing the opener, and not really wanting to pay attention to it. But Wicked Lady.
Wicked Lady.
Yes.
Also Black Lady in
Black
Japanese.
Lady,
yeah.
I dug on it.
Did you like it because it was their daughter and she royally fucked with them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it sold you?
That was to me, that was like the first major villain that really screwed them over.
Yeah, put them through trials because they knew, her name is Chibi Yusa, but they call her Rini in the American version, and that really screwed them because all the characters got to know her.
Yeah.
As the little girl, and here she is, a grown-up lady, and she is bad to the bone, man.
Yep.
Bad.
And, yeah, that's why I picked her.
That's why you picked her?
Because before then, I hadn't really cared.
Right.
But
as soon as she showed up, you're like, okay.
I'm curious. And then by the end of it, I was like, yeah.
And then she turned back.
And then I was done again.
Aw. So you don't even like Chibi Moon?
No.
Aw. But Chibi Moon always gives Sailor Moon hell.
Yeah, but no.
No. Well, sad panda. Sad panda.
Here's why I say I'm still on the fence. It had hope, and then it got shot to shit.
Fair enough.
It went back to what it was, and I don't know. I'm still iffy, and I'm sure I'm going to get flack for it, but
oh yeah,
I'm still on the iffy.
Me, so. Well, my you never got to meet her because you didn't get that far.
Right.
And she's a 2 for 2. Much like Chibi Moon was Wicked Lady. Sailor Saturn is my favorite. One, she carries around a glaive.
Right.
It's really epic. She is a forbidden Sailor Scout, much like Sailor Pluto. Sailor Pluto delves in time.
Yeah.
Sailor Saturn delves in death and rebirth.
No, yeah.
Which is odd because if you go in the Greek mythology or the mythology that they're based off of, they're flipped. Saturn was supposed to be time, and Pluto is supposed to be the death and destruction and rebirth.
Right.
They flipped it, or she flipped it whenever she created them. And, they have
that's interesting.
prices to pay for being those Sailor Scouts. Sailor Pluto has to be alone.
Right.
Sailor Saturn is always sick. She's a very sickly child. She can't be out in the sun for very long. She's always got something wrong with her. She always has to stay at the house, stay in bed. It's really like Sailor Saturn. That, and I'm a Capricorn. Saturn's my overruling planet, so yeah, I'm a nerd of all kinds of things, guys. My apologies. But much like Sailor Chibi Moon, Sailor Saturn has a really bad girl. Mistress 9 comes with that.
Nice.
Mistress 9 was really, she didn't have long. It felt like she was lived too short because she was bad. Because she was there to rot destruction on the planet, basically. And it almost did. They almost destroyed Earth.
Oh, wow.
And Saturn awoken and did the destruction and rebirth and turned into a baby. So, and that's another thing is Saturn can be a baby. She can turn into a child. She grows. Not in the normal sense.
Right.
She has faster growth. She can turn into a woman at any point she feels like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's got some weird powers. But those are our favorites. I mean, I'm gonna try not to ramble on because I love Sailor Moon so much. So who did you hate? I know you have a hate.
I do have a hate.
Who did you hate?
Tuxedo Mask.
Oh God, the one good guy.
Yes.
That poor man.
Every time he showed up, he annoyed the piss out of me.
Was it because he didn't have really a whole lot of power or anything, or was it because he was the man that all of them wanted?
Yeah, let's go with all of the above.
Okay. Fair
Plus,
enough.
he was annoying, and
He didn't do a whole lot.
yeah, he doesn't really do shit. He could take a bullet really good.
Har.
Not bulletproof, but he could take a bullet.
Well, no, because they're all of them are human.
Right.
It's just some of them have more powers than others.
I just thought that they should have just exploded him.
Well, that wouldn't have done really good, because then you would have never had Wicked Lady.
I know.
Oh. Because that's her papa.
I really don't like Tuxedo Mask. It's one of those characters. He showed up, and I was just like, ugh.
Every time you saw that rose.
Not again.
And it was really funny, because in one of the episodes, he actually had a transformation scene.
Yeah.
Like the Sailor Scouts did.
Ugh.
Yeah. And he lost his memory at one point and became the Moonlight Knight.
Yeah.
Where it would throw white roses instead.
White roses.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow,
shoot him.
That's you hated him. All right.
Yeah, just shoot him in the back of the face.
Which is funny because of who I hated.
Who
really
do you
funny.
hate?
Okay, so you hate Tuxedo Mask, right?
Right.
I hate Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon herself.
The magical duo.
Yeah, the couple. We hate
Yeah.
the couple, and the reason why I hate Sailor Moon, the character, is throughout the English version, and she's so freaking whiny and cries.
Yeah.
Nothing but cry. I'm with Mars on that. Just shut up, Serena, and quit crying, because that was her name in the English version, was Serena, not Usagi. And so, the wailing and everything, and one of her powers really pissed me off was when she would wail, her little Odongo hair bun protector thingies that were on her head would let out a supersonic wave.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was a power. It was ridiculous.
That is
was
ridiculous.
I was like, I don't like Sailor Moon. I know we're going to catch flack from people because there's a lot of people that do like Tuxedo Mask, do like Sailor Moon, but this is very opinionated, so.
Right. And I know some fans that love the couple. Mm-hmm. And
Very
we
much
both.
So. We both don't like that couple. Now, when they grow up and mature, they're really cool as Queen, Queen Serenity and King Endymion.
Right.
But
No.
before that, no.
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 No. They can go die in a fire.
Yeah. And I thought it was very, very interesting and very taboo-like that she was so young and he was a lot older than she was. It was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. Plus, I just didn't like his outfit. He just wore a mask, a cape, and a top hat.
And a tuxedo. He had the tuxedo. It's in his name.
But he had the tuxedo without all the other extra shit. And he was secret.
True.
Once he put the mask on.
Yeah.
And threw out the rose. Oh, it's Tuxedo Mask. Shut up.
Yeah. It did fool Sailor Moon though, because she thought it was Andrew from the arcade place.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Not even joking. So, yeah, that was Sailor Moon. I recommend it. I know you are still on the fence about it.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence.
But I highly recommend Sailor Moon to everyone. Read the manga. That way, read the manga. You can watch the old anime. Or if you feel inclined, go watch Crystal. Because, we'll cover Crystal later on.
Right.
But, this way you can get a feel for how different things are.
Right.
So, that's it for Sailor Moon. Our next one is one that we really loved, but we were pissed off at the ending.
Right. It was so lived short.
It was. And that one is...
Dead Man Wonderland.
There you go. Dead Man Wonderland, guys. That anime, it's based around a big catastrophic event happened, and these people get these weird powers that have to deal with their blood, and basically killing galore. They're all put in this carnival-esque
prison,
amusement park prison, and the inmates are there surely just solely for the entertainment of the guests.
Yes.
So, you know, you have these games that are built around people dying and obstacle courses and all those kinds of things. And this poor kid ends up going there. And all hell's broke loose. He gets thrown into some secret underground black market thing that I believe was the Carnival Corpse.
Yeah.
And it was just blood and guts and everything. There was no holds barred.
If I'm not mistaken, this anime was recommended to us by a mutual friend.
Yeah, Kazan. Kazan did recommend this one for us, and oddly enough, our names are derived from AmpGuard, which is a live-action role play that we do. So Kazan's an AmpGuarder that we know, and we're really good friends with, and he told us, you guys, you need to watch Dead Man Wonderland. I believe TC.
No, I'm the one that got
TC to watch it. That's right.
To watch it, and everybody that we recommended this anime to,
come back and tell us I hate you.
Yes, has been mad
because of the fact that the manga continued to go for so long, but the anime fell short.
Yes.
And there's nothing of bringing Dead Man Wonderland back as an anime.
No.
And, I mean, there was more to that story than just those few episodes that the anime had. I mean, whoa. Oh, it gets whoa in the manga. I actually read the manga and went, oh my god. So me and Kazan do know a lot more about the manga than we do the anime, because well, there was a whole lot more to the characters and more that would happen. And it's what was really... And that anime actually is what got, you know, the start of House Tao.
Yeah. The
Association of Otaku, as the household is called in AmpGuard. So, you know, me and Kazan are founders of that one. I don't remember if you're a member or not, but...
I am.
That's right. You are a member. But yeah, so, you know, even more of another community of bringing the nerds and the otaku together.
Right.
But yeah, Dead Man Wonderland, guys, whoa. That's all I can really say about it. I mean, it's a good anime, but I swear you're going to hate it along with the rest of us for the ending.
It starts off dark, and it just keeps going.
God, there's never a break from it.
No.
Every character has something twisted and sick about them.
Yes.
And I mean, God. It's just, and there's characters in it that you're like, oh, you're a douchebag.
Yep.
You're psycho bitch.
Yep.
I mean, it's just left and right of craziness.
Yes.
And there's characters that you don't get to have the whole story of who they are, because that's later on.
Yeah.
Much later in the manga, so you don't get to have that, I feel fulfilled because I know who they are or what purpose they have in this anime. No, that's left out in the dark. So many questions are unanswered, and they'll never be answered because they're not going to do it.
No.
So far,
yeah.
I will be epically surprised and excited as I'll be giddy as a schoolgirl.
Oh, me too.
If they do bring that one back.
I will be on it like a Chinaman is on rice.
That one, okay, I got you that one. I mean, God, it was just insane. And I mean, we watched that one. We had at one point bought the save box of it, and kept rewatching it a couple of times, and still would remain pissed off because the ending was just not. You got too many questions.
Yep.
No answers.
No answers. Yep.
Ever, unless you read the manga and then you're satisfied. Which, yeah, now you have a manga you have to read, Mister. I don't read manga yet.
Yep.
But
that can be put on my to-do list.
Yes. And there's all sorts of ways to be able to read it. No, we can even buy it. I would not mind owning that manga. I will sit on the shelf and I will read it and read it and read it, and then watch the anime and read it and read it and read it. But definitely was a weird one. It was a weird, like, I thought it was going to be, from the look of it, was going to be cutesy. It was going to be, you know, comedy. Boy, I was thrown for a loop.
Yep.
The look, I was just like, oh my god.
In the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, and they touch on things that I would never expect animes to touch on.
Yeah.
Like, crazy, what in the hell are they doing moments. I mean, woo. Hummingbird herself, just her alone was oh my god.
Yep.
Because you think, she's this sweet, innocent, oh, I'm so alone and defenseless. And no,
totally not.
She's the crazy psycho bitch that would enjoy,
gutting
fucking your corpse.
Yeah.
Like, not even kidding on that one, guys. I mean, it's insane. Because like, they get code names when they're putting the cannibal, carnival corpse, and it's like they're named after birds. So you got hummingbird and crow, and that was the theme that they had.
Yeah.
And it was weird, like owl. I know there was an owl too, and it was that was their main purpose, was they had the special power with the blood and everything, and they fought each other with it. And hers was, she would take rip the piercing out of her ear and use her hair.
Yep. Which
just made me go, what? And then, the guy that's been helping the main character the whole entire time is her brother.
Yeah.
He's been trying to look for her and break her out and work off her debt. Because you get credits and everything. And they wear these collars, guys. They wear the collars, and the collars, if you do something wrong, or you break the rules, or this happens and it's timed, or you don't get the candy that you need, blah, 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 you die.
Because they gotta eat candy to have more time.
Yeah. Because if not, you die. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that at all.
You're dead.
You're dead. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. That's it.
And the only way to get candy, is to have commissary money in order to buy it.
Or even that, and I think you're allotted, like, candy every so often. And then you have to go into these games.
You go into the games to gain more money to get more candy.
Yeah. And it's insane. And if you're caught stealing and all that, I mean, if you sneeze wrong, they will kill you.
Yep. They'll take your candy away.
And it's like a slow, agonizing, it's like crack. It's weird. And it's all just because of those collars. It will just instantly, I think it injected poison.
I think so.
It was an instant kill poison for it. And whoa.
Everybody has a collar.
Everyone. All except for the guards and the chief warden and all that. And it's just a sick, twisted thing. And it was built on the crash site of when the whole cataclysm.
Atomic bomb.
Yeah, the atomic bomb. Whenever that went off. I don't think it was an atomic bomb. I don't know.
I think it was a bomb.
Something. And it just, that's where they built Dead Man Wonderland. And people go in and they pay for it and they enjoy it. And it's one of those, okay, this is going into sick, demented, creepy side.
To watch prisoners either die, kind of like they're sent to execution. And they can place bets on who's going to win.
Yeah. And what I found was really disturbing was whenever we had the very beginning episodes where the kid is sitting in his classroom and they're all talking about, well, what are you going to go do whenever you go Dead Man Wonderland? Because they're going to go on a field trip there.
Right.
They take kids to field trips to this place.
Yeah.
And, they're planning out their whole field trip and everything, and then they all die.
Yep.
Except for him.
Yep.
Because the wretched egg shows up, or the red man shows up and annihilates that whole class, and it gets pinned on him. And he goes to Dead Man Wonderland, but not as a guest.
No.
No, he gets incarcerated, and it's just like one of those, oh my god. And he's a kid.
And a kid.
Yeah. And it's just, it's insane.
Then you find out he's not the only kid.
And that, he's not the only kid. There's been several kids in there.
Yeah, there's several kid inmates.
And it's just...
adults, teenagers, trying to think.
And even little kids in this series can be sick and twisted and demented. Yeah. Good God. And with that, we're going to go into who we liked. And I think you did the first one last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did the first one last time? Okay.
Yep.
So, who I liked out of this whole thing was Senji. Crow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. And I liked him because, A, he was a badass. I
Yeah.
mean, he had his weapon was these blades, these talon-like blades that would come out of his arms.
Mm-hmm.
And he kicked some monkey ass, I swear, every time. And he pushed the kid to get better and get stronger and everything. And wanted to see him go beyond his limits and do what he's supposed to do.
Because he sensed that, because once you activate, you can sense others. Mm-hmm. And he could sense that the kid was very powerful.
But
and
was
he
holding back.
Yeah, he was holding back.
Mm-hmm.
And
He
he's
hadn't
like,
tapped that potential.
he's like, you have to untap, because this is all about death. Mm-hmm. And if you hold anything back,
Survival of the fittest. You're dead.
you're gonna die.
And it was really interesting about, because this guy is like macho man, buff, lifts weights and everything, but he has this thing that women need to cover up. He's very, no, you need to be proper, da da da. It gets to him. And I was like, okay, that's funny. That's his one weakness. That's adorable. All right, so he's not a perv. He's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sinji, nom nom, is my favorite. Who did you like?
I have a twofer on this one.
Oh Jesus.
I have a tendency to go with the anti-heroes or the villains. And in this case, I have one hero, and that's Shiro.
Oh, you liked Shiro.
Yes, I do.
God, she was one weird cookie. Because 1 minute she's this happy, peppy, hyper girl. The split second next, she's a psycho killer bitch.
Yep.
It's weird.
I like psycho bitches. I can't help it.
And I can understand why you like Shiro, though. Because, yeah, she's always... And she doesn't feel pain.
No.
Because she's got that split personality.
Yes.
And the other half makes her not feel pain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's creepy.
And plus,
So creepy.
she has so many things that she can help out with.
Oh, yeah.
She shows that.
Oh, yeah. And there's a little dark, twisted thing that you only know about her in the manga, sir.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so you definitely have to read the
I
manga.
gotta read
I'm not
the manga
spoiling anything on her for anybody. So if you guys want to know more about Shiro, you gotta read the manga.
And my other one that I put on the list, too, is Hibana.
Oh, God, Hibana Daida.
Mm-hmm.
She's the prime example of what I said when little kids can be just as sick and twisted and demented. She is a elementary tiny child.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And when he first encounters her, you get this, she's meek and mild and
adorable. She's a cute little girl. Lies and slander.
She has her psycho switch.
Do you remember why she turned that way? And she's what was called a God, what were they called?
Oh,
I can't remember what they were called now. My brain just went
me either. But they were feared.
Yeah, they were kind of like Grim Reapers in a sense. In that whole aspect.
Deathbringers.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Pardon us for not remembering that one off the top of our heads.
Yeah.
But do you remember why she became?
Nuh-uh.
Because of her mother. Because her mom would, punish her left and right, even for wetting the bed.
Yeah.
Her punishments was doing, she'd be whipped left and right. And she would have to do math problems and solve all these math and da-da-da-da. So she was punished by her psychotic mother, and it made her go psycho. To the point where, and something else that, wasn't spoke about in the anime was her mother hung herself. And the little girl continued to live on her life and made it where her mom was still alive in her head. Still had the corpse in that fucking house.
Right.
But to her mommy was alive and still beating her. And at a young age, and she killed some of her classmates because they were lifting up her skirt. And that's why she got sent to Dead Man Wonderland. Makes you love her even more.
Oh, yeah, it does.
God.
I just can't help it.
And her weapon.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That was disgusting. It was like a coffin-looking thing that she carried around as a backpack. And in reality, it was a huge freaking blade that
blade, yeah.
segmented blade that she whipped the ever-living hell out of people with.
And then have the face of the grinning bug-eyed. Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
Ugh. You will be punished. No, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you.
And see, and I just ate it up like candy.
I know you did. Creepy.
So who did you dislike?
Oh, God. The one I disliked was Ginkaku Azuma, the monk. Super monk. I hated him. I so freaking hated him. And it was mainly for the fact that he was there to make Owl go insane. And to make him... Because I think it was him who killed Owl's daughter and wife. And he made them go insane. Made him go insane. Made him turn against everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And he, in turn, turned against even his own teammates. And he was just an annoyance. Granted, it was cool that he played the guitar, bass, or something. I can't remember. He played an instrument. But at the same time, oh, God, I hated him. I so hated him. I was like, dude, one of you guys, kick his ass and chop off his head. I don't care. Get rid of him.
Right?
He's being annoying again.
To me, he was very annoying, but not near the extreme. Who I have on that leads into who I
who
hate.
Did you hate?
And he was bad, but at the same time, he had that psycho switch that I'm okay with. But the Chief Warden Tamaki, I really loathe that guy.
I can understand. You know what's really funny about his character design? Is that squint eye and the grin looks like a fox. That's why he got the nickname of the Fox. That's why Gin is sometimes called a fox. Gin from Bleach, with the same look on the face. Yeah, he's also called Weasel. Tamaki is, just so you know. Because
and I know he was designed to be hated, but man, is he annoying! Every scene he shows up, he's an annoying little fuck.
And he was the whole reason the poor kid ended up going to Dead Man's Wonderland.
And I did not like that character at all.
I mean, it was just, oh God, the Chief Warden was highly annoying. And he was all in it just for the profits of it. And I think his dad was the one that created Dead Man Wonderland.
I'm not, don't quote me on that, but I think so.
But, and the kid that we keep referring to, his name is Ganta. I can't remember his name. I'm looking him up on the phone right now. But yeah, it just, and the stuff that, comes out of it is called Branches of Sin. So you got that too. But yeah, Tamaki was, God.
He was just
ridiculously,
he was a puppet.
He was a puppet.
He was an ass puppet.
For himself.
Yes.
And I mean, that was pretty much it.
Because the lead guard pretty much ran everything. He really didn't do a whole lot. Except for he's the one that recruited all the inmates.
Yeah. And he was the one that he went to defend Ganta. And I say defend in freaking air quotes here.
So he could recruit him as an inmate.
Get him in there, and it was just, what? Did it all, he altered the footage of it, of what happened in the classroom and everything, and it was just one of those, no.
So the wicked egg couldn't be seen?
Yeah, or the wretched egg, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't be seen.
And it was just, what the hell?
It pretty much explained to the courts that he actually enjoyed killing his classmates.
Yes. Yes, it did, and it was just, I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Why? You're an asshole.
Yeah. Especially recruiting children into this prison. Yeah, granted, I understand why. It's just that the character, oh my God, I just really from that moment in the courtroom, from
then on,
I loathed that guy.
So, I mean, in the end, guys, Dead Man Wonderland, watch it.
Yeah.
You're going to hate that it ended so soon, just like pretty much
rest
the rest
of
of
us.
us. But we both do recommend you
Yes.
watch that one.
It is a good watch.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's our 2 anime, Sailor Moon and Dead Man Wonderland. So, definitely, give them a watch. If you guys have anything you want to recommend for us, leave it in the comments section below. If you want to email us, ask us questions, feel free to. It's MagickDream@gmail.com.
Yep.
We're
Checked
always,
every day.
We always check it every day. Check us out on Facebook, too. You can leave comments and everything there. But, yeah, definitely, keep giving us feedback. Keep giving us questions.
More than
we'll
welcome.
Answer them. Loving this, guys. So
thank you for
listening.
And
for all your support.
We're doing this for you guys.
Yep. Surely and purely all just for you guys. So we will see y'all, or you'll hear us next week. There we go. Tune in next week for another Nocturnal Nerds podcast. But until then, ja mata ne.
Laters, guys.